now we can flip over the guitar and then we can unscrew the pickups. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to remove some of these cloths here just to make it a little bit easier. And I'm just going to flip this over. What I'm going to do is change one pickup at a time. That'll make it a little bit easier, and that way I can kind of keep things in their correct position in case I forget. So we're just going to take a screwdriver and we're just going to unscrew these mounting brackets, mounting rings I should say. And I'm going to keep for now I'm going to keep the pickup connected to the mounting ring. This will make it a little bit easier. So now that I'm getting these screws off, I'm going to place them in my tray, keep everything nice and organized. So now that I have the pickup unscrewed, I can slowly pull this through here. But as you can see here, one side is a little bit more curved than the other for this particular guitar. So just kind of take a note of that. And so we want to note that the curve is facing on this side versus the neck side. Okay, so when I unscrew my new pickups in, I want to make sure that again the adjustable screw side is on the neck side and the straighter side of this mounting ring is also on the same side as the screw or the neck side. One thing you want to note is that this one has a standard screwdriver, and it's really easy for the screwdriver to slip and you can scratch your mounting ring. So if you want to be a little bit extra careful, you can take some of these spacers here and you can actually cover it over the screw like this. This will just kind of help keep it kind of so it won't fall off. I'm just going to unscrew this. Alright, so we have our mounting ring. Again, you can see, hopefully you can see that there is one side that's a little bit more curved than the other. So we're going to install the new pickups just like that. Now one thing that you can do, I'm going to put this in my neck bin here. So one thing that you can do, if you have some mounting springs that are a little bit too thick, or I should say long, and if it's hard to screw the pickup into the mounting ring, what you can do is you can take some kind of some robust wire cutters and something like these here, and you can actually cut down these springs. Okay, so just if you're trying it and it feels too stiff, take a little bit off. It's really easy to do. Just make sure you have a nice kind of robust pair of cutters. So I'm going to install one of our vintage blues sets, which is a calibrated 59 set, our SH1. Great set, Alnico 5 magnets. These work in a lot of different types of guitars, great for Les Paul styles. So we're going to install one of these, partly also because this has the same kind of single conductor lead wire on this. So what we want to make sure that we are installing the correct one, meaning the neck. So you can see here that they're all labeled as neck. And this is going to be labeled as bridge. It comes with a kind of this cover, this protective tape over it. What I would recommend you do is leave that protective tape over it until you've installed everything. That way it just kind of keeps it protected. It keeps it from scratching, all that. So what I'm going to do now is, again, I'm going to install this into the mounting ring. Again, I want to note the curvature. It's going to go like this, and I'm going to take one of the screws here. I want to be able to connect this screw to this mounting, back of this mounting plate here. And so it's a little tricky because the spring is going to want to push and pull against you. So what I try to do is I pull back the spring a little bit and try to get it connected here. And then I can slowly get my screwdriver in here. And then I'm holding everything in place. And then if I can slowly screw that in, I can get this thing started. So I just got it connected. Perfect. Okay. Doesn't take a lot to really kind of get it going. This is going to make now the other side a little bit easier to install. So same kind of process. So what I want to do is I want to get the screw in there and then add that spring, and I want to slowly kind of connect that the best I can. And then I'm going to add my screwdriver here, and there we go. I have to add a little bit of pressure to that. And you can also, if you remember your notes on this, this is you can even measure and get you can get the specs on what you previously had as far as pickup height. So it was up about 2/32 from the mounting ring. Just, this is basically getting us in the ballpark for where we need to be. Now that I have the pickup installed in the mounting ring, making sure that I have everything in the right direction, just double checking everything. The curvature of the mounting ring is greater on the body side versus the neck side. Looking pretty good. So all I have to do now is thread this lead wire into the cavity. So basically where it came from, I am going to thread this wire through. So I'm just going to kind of hold it here, and I want to make sure that I can pull that lead wire through, take up any of the slack, and then I'm going to place it back here. This is where I'll actually now screw the mounting ring screws back in. We don't want to over tighten these because you don't want to crack the mounting ring. Just a little bit of hand tightening on that. I can label this as neck, just so I know which one is which. Okay, so when I go and do everything, that way I can kind of continue with this one step at a time, meaning we're going to remove the pickups and then we're going to do all our soldering at the same time.